Good morning, afternoon, evening. I wanted to make a video in hopes that I can help someone or people in general. And I believe I felt an urgency because of the upcoming eclipse. We are currently in the middle of eclipse season. We just had a lunar eclipse, and the next one will be a solar eclipse, October 2nd, 2024. However, this video is for anyone also at any time that I hope to help with a tool that I believe the Creator showed me that has helped my life. And the reason I felt the urge, I believe, is eclipse time is a wonderful time He gives us to level up, to make any changes that we would like to make to better ourselves. And if people are not trying to do these things, which we can at any time, we can do these things anytime. These are just like extra powerful times. So you can do this throughout your day. You can do this multiple times. People have been helped by this for many different issues. And what I'm going to talk about is breath work. This has helped me overcome bouts of anxiety and insomnia. So I won't go into the whole testimony. That would be too long of a video, but I have dealt with extreme anxiety, which led to insomnia because you begin to panic when you feel like you cannot breathe. God gave us the breath of life. It is how we survive. So this is so important. This has helped addicts who are fighting addiction overcome. This helps ground people. This helps with manic episodes. If you're willing to do the work and step back and say, okay, I need a moment, I need to breathe. But if we're not doing it right, which I had no idea, I wasn't breathing correctly my whole life, then it's not going to be as helpful. So I'm going to link the types of breathing in my description that helped me, which is specifically Wim Hoff Breathing, which is a regimen, and his in particular does 30 breaths in to oxygenate the body. I personally like to take more. I'll pause the video and I will take more, a few extra ones, and then you hold your breath for an extended period of time. Usually most beginners start at a minute and work your way up, but start with whatever you need to start with. If you need to start with 30 seconds, 45 seconds, you do that. Listen to your body. But I wanted to include some hints that I have found while I learned how to do Wim Hof and researched breath work and breathing. Just to wrap it up in one quick video so that hopefully these tips help you, if you're interested in doing it, to get the most out of it. So first and foremost is the way that you breathe. And there's many videos on YouTube. He has one, Wim Hof does. But if you want a quick overview, the most important thing is to breathe through your stomach first. And I'm talking about the lowest part of your abdomen, beneath your belly button. You have to feel that air there first, then in your stomach, then in your diaphragm, and then in our chest. So how I had to psychologically get to the point, because believe it or not, it was hard for me. I felt like I wasn't getting air when actually this is the best way to oxygenate yourself. I had to envision where I wanted the air to go, like a bubble, and envision my stomach getting bigger. And it will. You should be able to visibly see it with your eyes. Your like a roll going through your body. So you're going to start low, and then through your nose is the best. So it's going to roll through. You should see your stomach rise and get the bulk of it in your stomach as slow as possible while you're breathing with the rhythm of the breath work. So before I start the breathwork videos, I kind of try and calm down and get myself in a good state of mind. Take a few nice, slow, deep breaths. So again, the way that you are breathing matters, and not just for this breath work. If you need to take a break at work, if you feel yourself overwhelmed while driving, dealing with anything in your life where you kind of need to calm yourself, you can do miniature regimens, or you can just oxygenate yourself with that part of it by breathing the correct way, getting as much oxygen as you can. Okay, so step number 1, breathing the proper way through your stomach, then through your chest. Number 2 is sitting up straight. Make sure your shoulders, we all know how to have good posture. You can lay down and do it so that your back is straight. I can't do that. I feel smothered, like I can't get my air. My husband can do it laying down. So however you're comfortable, but make sure your back is straight. And the next, number 3, the next thing I have is just a tip that I have came up with myself that I thought might be helpful to people. And I believe it's more psychological and spiritual. And that is when you can do it throughout the whole regimen while you're taking the breaths. But for me, the portion while I'm holding my breath, I like to quote scripture. In particular, my favorite one is, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And if you're trying to do anything in your life, you can envision yourself doing that thing, overcoming what you're trying to overcome, getting to where you're trying to get. This is a time where you have just oxygenated your blood, your brain, your being. So while you're in a different state that you normally are when you're being normal, being regular, I believe it can easily get in your subconscious, your thoughts. And while you're breathing, you can't speak them. We know words have life when you speak. But while you're thinking, this goes into your being, your subconscious. So another good one, especially for these times, is, I've said things to you that you may have peace in me. In the world you will have tribulation, but take heart, I have overcome this world. So say whatever your favorite scripture, affirmation, encouraging quote is, and I suggest you do that in the part where you're holding your breath. And you're just in a different sort of zone and space. Another tip that I personally have is, I don't have a lot of time to take care of myself the way I know I should and I want to, and I know a lot of you probably feel like you don't. So I'm sure you've heard of grounding. And because I don't have a lot of time, I like to ground while I'm doing my breath work and kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I am getting God's creation outdoors. You can do breath work in your home, like I said, in your car, wherever you need to. But I suggest doing this regimen as much as you can, putting it in a daily regimen, and if not, you can do this throughout the day. But getting outside in the Creator's creation with the things He made for us, just admiring them, soaking them all in, feeling that. So I try to come outside if weather permits. I try to get my feet in the ground. I've even been a crazy person and put my hands in the ground while I'm doing this, sitting down. But you're going to get those nutrients from the mother and you're also going to be breathing. So this whole physical, spiritual, mental experience, try to soak in as much as possible. That's my tip about time saving. And really, besides tweaking it to however you need to tweak it, doing it whenever you need to do it, and finding whichever one works best for you, those are my hints that I hope help you jump into it and get the most out of it. And I hope this video finds you well and in peace. Shalom in Yeshua.